Welcome to the beautiful state of Michoacan in western Mexico, specifically the Guayangareo Valley, which is the area where Morelia is situated. The main pre-Hispanic cultures here were the Purépecha and the Matlazinca, but no major cities were founded in the valley during this time. The Spanish arrived in the region between 1525 and 1526, headed by Gonzalo Gomez. What would become the city of Morelia was founded by Viceroy Antonio de Mendoza and a number of encomenderos in 1541, who first named it Nueva Ciudad de Michoacán, which means New City of Michoacán. The newly founded settlement grew quickly, prompting Vasco de Quiroga, who is known for founding the nearby city of Pátzcuaro. So this pushed him to go to Spain and procure for Pátzcuaro to receive the title of city. And this would be a seal to prevent the new city from becoming the capital of Michoacán. The action also required that the new settlement change its name to Guayangareo. In 1545, Guayangareo gained city status from Charles V, who was the King of Spain, the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, among other things. So he granted the name to the city Valladolid. So we're still talking about Morelia here. So it went from Nueva City de Michoacán to the name Valladolid. This was named after the hometown of Antonio de Mendoza. This was part of a power struggle between Antonio de Mendoza and Vasco de Quiroga over the province of Michoacán. During Quiroga's lifetime, he managed to keep political and religious power in Pátzcuaro, despite the viceroy's and encomenderos' objections. However, Quiroga died in 1565. By 1580, both political and religious authority had been transferred to the city of Valladolid, moving the College of San Nicolas, which Vasco had founded, and laying the groundwork for establishing a new cathedral for the province. The 17th century saw growth for Valladolid with the construction of the cathedral and aqueduct. The cathedral began construction in 1640 and was only finished 104 years later in 1744. And the aqueduct began construction in 1657. At the end of the colonial period, Valladolid was a small city with about 20,000 inhabitants. It was also an important educational center with 4 important schools, including the College of St. Nicholas. These schools would turn out scholars such as Miguel Hidalgo and Jose Maria Morelos y Pavon, who were sympathetic to the new Republican ideas coming out of the post-revolution France and the United States. Demonstrations against Spanish rule had been occurring in the town in 1809, culminating in the Conspiracy of 1809. This plot was discovered with the main conspirators being arrested and sent to other parts of New Spain, aka Mexico. 1 year later, after forming his army in Guanajuato, Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla arrived and took over the city, proclaiming the end of slavery in Mexico. The city was soon taken back by royalist forces. Morelos came here to try and dislodge the royalists, but was defeated by Agustin de Iturbide. Another prominent figure in the war, Mariano Matamoros, was shot by firing squad on the city's main square in 1814. The city remained in royalist hands until 1821, when Iturbide, who had switched sides, and Vicente Guerrero entered the city with the Trigarante army. In 1828, the newly created state of Michoacán changed the name of the city from Valladolid to Morelia in honor of Jose Maria Morelos y Pavon. And this was the name that the city has kept until this day. Speaking of Morelia today, I think it's a wonderful city to visit. I definitely enjoyed my time there. I found the people to be very warm and hospitable. And as you can see from the footage in this video, it's a very beautiful city to visit. The old stone architecture of the buildings and the cobblestone streets make for just a very kind of historic and fairy tale like atmosphere in the city. Another reason to visit Morelia is the Benito Juarez Zoo, or Zoológico as it's called in Spanish. It is an amazing zoo, a very large collection of animals. It is maybe the best in the country, or one of the best at the very least. And I quite enjoyed visiting it, and it can definitely take a few hours. Speaking of a few hours, Morelia receives a pretty good amount of tourists because it is only situated 314 kilometers away from Mexico City, which is the country's largest city. So that's only about 3.5 to 4 hours by car away from the largest metropolis in the in the country. And compared to Mexico City, Morelia is a lot cheaper, both to visit but also to live in. According to Numbeo.com, rent prices in Morelia are 61% lower than in Mexico City. And restaurant prices are 40% lower than in Mexico City. So you will find a expat population, so foreigners living in Morelia. This population will not be as big as in other places like Puerto Vallarta or Mexico City, but there is a somewhat of an expat community there. Now, another one of these reasons why people decide to make Morelia their home is because of the favorable weather. Given that it's has a bit of elevation in beautiful Michoacan, the weather does not get too hot. There's only 2 months where the weather will go above 30 degrees, and this is April and May, where you can get highs of 31 degrees. But for the most part, it's in the high 20s, from like 25 to 30. And the only months that receive significant rain are June, July, August, and September, where you can get over 10 days of rain. The rest of the year you can expect 1 to 5 days of rain per month. And there's also a lot to see and do outside of Morelia in the surrounding region. 60 kilometers southwest of the city, you have the town of Pátzcuaro, which I just released a video of recently on the channel. This is a very beautiful and picturesque town with ruins, pre-Hispanic ruins, colonial, well-preserved architecture in the city, again, cobblestone streets, and a extinct volcano that's only 3 kilometers outside of the city. So if you're in Morelia, I definitely recommend also visiting Pátzcuaro for at least a day, if not a few days within itself. There's also some islands on Lake Pátzcuaro that have interesting traditions that are worth looking into. And if you have even more time, 60 kilometers southwest of Pátzcuaro, there's the town of Uruapan, which has some things to see there as well. Mostly of the natural variety, like waterfalls and hiking and stuff like that. So just overall, this part of Michoacan is very beautiful, and there's a lot to see and do. Alright, so I want to thank you guys for making it through the video. I want to give a quick update regarding the channel. I'm currently in Mexico right now. These videos that I've been doing in Mexico have been of my trip bicycling through the country 3 years ago. I have a playlist called Mexico of that adventure on the channel if you want to check that out. But I'm right now having a new adventure in Mexico in 2021, going through eastern Mexico, which is a part that I had not been through before. This time not with a bicycle, but I've been practicing my Spanish, so the videos will have a lot more interactions with locals, so you'll be getting to know the Mexican people even more and getting to check out some new cool places in Mexico. And those videos will be beginning Saturday, February 6th. And then those will be coming out for quite a while after that. And I'm really happy with the footage that I've captured so far. So I'm excited to start putting those videos out. So you can look forward to that. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead, click the subscribe button and click the bell to be notified when new videos come out, to get to see those videos. And Yeah, like I mentioned, I was bicycling through Mexico 3 years ago, part of a larger trip bicycling through Latin America. And I've also bicycled through Eastern Africa, Eastern Europe, the Balkans, Turkey, etc. And all those adventures, I have videos of that documenting those travels, all on this YouTube channel, Hum of the Earth. And I have an interactive map of my travels on my website, followthehumoftheearth.com, where you can click on different locations and see the blog posts and videos that I've made of those places. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. New 2021 adventures from Mexico coming soon. Have a good one.